guys, this is Eli J. Brown / Eli J. Brony, and welcome to another classic Bionicle set review. And in this episode, we are going to be looking at the Master of Shadows himself, Makuta. And yes, I do know that he has another name, but I'm not going to be mentioning that in this video here because we did not have that name at the time of the release of this set, so I'm not going to be mentioning it here. I'm just going to be calling him Makuta this time around. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention in the Rockshi episode how I was going to explain how the Rockshi are considered the sons of Makuta. The reason for that is because they are powered by the Kurata, and let me add on, that are pieces of Makuta himself. And it makes good sense considering that Makuta does have 3 Rockshi slots on his body, 1 in the chest and 2 on the legs. So it makes good sense that this is where the Kurata came from. And you can also put Kurata into those slots if you wanted to. I didn't this time around. I have on some of the other sets. So now let's get into Makuta himself. Now Makuta is a bad guy set. This is the first time in which we have gotten Makuta in set form. And probably one of the few times, considering that another model representing Makuta would be a combiner set of the following year. And then there are a couple of other forms that he took on throughout the story of Bionicle. Alright, let's now go on to a number of different features that Makuta has. Well, he is mostly black and red and gray and gunmetal, as well as a few silver pieces, such as silver used on the upper legs and also on his feet and the back of the legs. He uses the Pohatu Nuva claw pieces. There's also one on the back. And he also has the silver Mask of Light pieces, the silver Evoki. Though story-wise, these are just supposed to be his hands. I mean, that would not make any sense for Makuta to say, "Why do I want the Mask of Light? I already have 2 of them with me." Well, canonically, these are not the Evoki. These were just pieces that LEGO decided to use as Makuta's hands. So, yeah, that would be kind of confusing. But, they do work out as hands right there. I'm not really sure why LEGO felt that Makuta even needed to have hands, considering that most of the characters in the series did not have actual hands. That is until 2009, but this is in 2003. So that's just something to point out. And he also's got quite a number of gunmetal parts as well. He's got gunmetal Rockshi containers. He's got gunmetal Toa Nuva armor used on his shoulders for the main body armor pieces and 2 of the shoulder armor pieces. And he also has the Rockshi leg pieces in, he has also got the Rockshi leg pieces as his arms. They're not recolors. I'm not quite sure why I was about to say that they are, but they're not. They're the same old gray as they were before. And Makuta also carries the Staff of Shadows. And you can either have him hold it in one hand or have him hold it in both hands, just as I have done right here. And there's a gear on the back, just like with the Rockshi and the 2003 Matoran, that you can turn from side to side. Alright, well lastly, there is another thing. This part right here, down on the lower body, that is a 2003 style Matoran upper torso piece. They decided to use one of those for this set. There are a couple of cracks in it, but that's barely noticeable unless you're looking through these pinholes. But that's not really a problem there, considering that, that part is not going to be moved about so much. Alright, now, the staff here uses 2 of the light staffs that were also used in Taka Nuva, which is the set that I will look over in the next episode. And lastly, we have his mask. This is quite an unusual one, at least for the time. Makuta actually has 2 ways in which his mask can be used. There is this standard way, which actually is made a lot differently because that's how his head is facing. It is facing in a different direction. So you could turn his head this way, but then, when you do it like that, his mask goes on this way. We have a different sort of face here. There are people that believe that this is supposed to be like some sort of resemblance to the Evoki, and some other people also believe that it looks kind of like how it looks in the movie. However, we actually do have a mask that looks just like the movie, and that's this one right here. I have shown this off before, but now I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Oh, come on. Put this on. And there you go. That is how it looks in the movie. Of course, if you turn like this, it's the same old face. Well, almost the same. Just a slight difference due to the fact that this mask was obviously made to look like the movie version rather than looking like what we got before. But I personally do wonder why they just didn't use this style of mask in the first place. And it also doesn't make much sense to me as to why Miramax didn't animate the Kanohi Kraken the way that the actual mask looks. It just doesn't make much sense to me. Although I personally do prefer the movie version of it a lot more, but for, accuracy versions, this is what I am sticking with. So that is Makuta, the Master of Shadows. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.